Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good. Everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. Today, we're gonna be doing another of this guy's runs. However, we're actually gonna do good this time. We're not gonna suck. You know, so we got that to look forward to. Anyways, hope y'all are doing good. I'm chilling, killing, kind of just enjoying my after work day. You know how it is. A little sad. You know why? I wasn't raptured today. Have y'all heard about this? Have y'all heard about this shit, man? I'm gonna be so real with you. I'm baffled. You know what I mean? I'm baffled. I'm at a loss for words. Because apparently, according to like Christians on TikTok or something like that, the rapture was supposed to happen today and tomorrow, apparently. AKA the time this is uploaded. If you guys are still watching it, well, I guess you just weren't raptured. And it was just kind of insanity. Because it's like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? You know what I mean? What the actual hell are we doing? Why are we claiming rapture stories already? You know what I mean? I think it's been a minute since we've had our like semi-centurial. I don't even think that's the proper term, but fuck it, I'm saying it. It's the proper term now. I put it into motion. Our semi-centurial world is ending, you know, thing. We had Y2K, then we had 2012, then we had well, I guess there it was. Yesterday we had Rapture. Yesterday and today we got Rapture, I guess. The 23rd and the 24th are Rapture days, so if you're not taken, well, I guess we just missed our slot then, apparently. Shit's crazy to me, you know what I mean? And, you know, I just kind of had to bring it up. Because one, I was made aware of this last night. When me and my friends, we were just talking. I think we were playing Halo. We're doing that stupid ass regret mission, me and my friend. And then he brought up and is like, you know, apparently Rapture is supposed to happen tomorrow? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you know, like the rapture. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, I'm a little baffled. I'm a little like, who is saying this? And then here comes rapture happens, quote unquote, and you know, just kind of regular old day. You know what I mean? Regular old day. And I just find it so funny because it's like, what the fuck were we thinking? You know what I mean? Have people not learned? And no disrespect to if you believe in God, you know, if you are a Christian or a Catholic or whatever, no disrespect to you, alright? Because I believe in God the same. But I feel like we should have learned, you know what I mean? Not we, I shouldn't say we, I'm not part of this shit. I feel like people should have learned that like no one claiming that rapture will happen this day or the world will end this day, like it's never been correct, bro. Literally, like motherfuckers have gone like 0 for 90. It has never happened. And at what point is it like bait used to be believable, you know what I mean? At what point are people gonna start looking at it with that lens of the bait used to be believable? Because for some reason, there is still somehow always a demographic of people out there that are like, rapture is happening, bro. It will happen tomorrow. Shit will go down. Apparently, I don't know how true this is. This could just be what's called rage bait, you know? Dare I say the term? This could all just be like rage bait produced by randos on the internet But there are apparently stories of people selling all of their what's it called, you know, like their possessions, giving away their possessions because of rapture happening, and you know, nothing happened. So I really wonder how those people are doing. Mainly being, I saw a TikTok of a lady being like, I'm recording this September 24th, the day after rapture, and I just want the lady who sold me her car for like $10, you are not getting this shit back, you know, like something like that. And it's like, man, that's no one's actually doing that, right? You know what I mean? No one's actually out here selling their shit and giving it all away. It's gotta be rage bait, you know what I mean? This is purely speculation propagated by internet funny people to try and get you to be upset at something, you know? That's purely my speculation / my take on it, because I refuse to believe there are people this brain dead out there doing that shit, you know what I mean? Really funny kind of stuff, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm gonna keep it a complete stack with you, oh god, I'm yawning. Some really funny shit going down in the what's the word I'm thinking of, over on like the Christian TikTok and whatnot. I'm saying the Christian TikTok like it's its own website, but more so just people saying shit on the internet, you know what I mean? A lot of funny statements being said this week. You know, lest I acknowledge the fact that the President of the United States had gone on record stating they have found a link between acetaminophen, you know, fucking pain reliever, that has existed for years on end, by the way, and being like, yep, this causes autism. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not telling me Tylenol causes autism, bro, alright? I refuse to engage in this level of rage bait. I am blocking my eyes and ears. Nope, you cannot speak to me. You know what I mean? We got the President of the United States rage baiting live on TV. For what purpose? I don't know. You know, it's so funny to me, bro. It's so funny to me, and it's just so insane. I really gotta say, I really hope none of y'all are out there believing this shit. Let alone none of y'all are out there with the impression that rapture was gonna happen, you know what I mean? You know what's so funny, bro? That reminds me, alright? That reminds me of this very interesting, funny moment in my streaming career. So, if you're unaware, I did used to stream on Twitch a couple, I wouldn't say a lifetime ago, but I mean, I haven't streamed in months. So it kind of has been a pretty long time since I last streamed. However, I used to stream pretty consistently, had a slightly growing fan base. Nothing too crazy though, more so kind of like people that I would consider friends just kind of tuned into my streams. But I remember vividly, because I think it was really funny. One time I was I got followed by some rando. Don't know who the hell they were, but some person followed me on Twitch, and I was like, oh, sick, man. You know, I said, what's up, you know, whatnot. I go live, you know, while I'm live, I pull up my, what used to be like my kind of BRB screen for my stream, which was essentially whenever I wasn't doing anything and nothing was on the screen, I kind of just had this one image. It was a full wallpaper of a certain Destiny emblem, a certain Destiny emblem that was Pride, you know? Rainbows. It's Pride. What the fuck are you expecting? So while I was streaming, after this person had followed me, they didn't talk in chat. They simply followed me, and then after that image is shown on the screen for like 2 minutes, I get a message in chat, a random message in chat, like, "Are you gay?" And it's like, I'm just like, one, what does it matter to you? Two, I stand with gay people, you know what I mean? I'm an ally. Also, you know, I don't think I ever explicitly stated this, but I am bi. So it's just funny to kind of be like, what does it matter? And like, so what if I am? And as soon, I shit you not, bro. As soon as I hit this chatter with like the like, so what if I am gay? You know, what does it matter? Like, I just like the emblem, and I think it's cool to have it as a background image. Bro hits me, not even hits me. Like, you know, he never chats again. This human never chats again. And then after stream, I take a look at my my follower count, one less follower. And I gotta say, it's the funniest shit I think I have ever experienced. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, are you that low-key bitch made? You know what I mean? I didn't even explicitly state if I was. As far as bro is concerned, I'm just an ally. But immediately saw the pride background and was like, gay person, gotta go. You know, like, what are we doing here, bro? That shit is so funny to me, man. I don't know why, I was just really reminded of that because of the, oh yeah, I have mercy on my soul, man. I can't. I got base damage. No, I don't actually. I actually have more than base damage. I'm just fucking sucking right now. How did I hit him? How'd that not hit me, I should say? Oh, dude, you can fuck right off, man. What's up with this fight? Why is this the hardest fight known to man right now? I'm low-key fighting for my life, bro. I'm thugging this shit out. Explode, incinerate into a pile of ashes. Shit is just crazy to me, bro. You know what I mean? It's so funny because it's like, why does it matter? People, what's the word I'm thinking of, man? You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy to me how, what's the word I'm thinking of? Intolerant people can be of each other, and people that have no fucking bearing on them whatsoever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I was hitting on this random guy or whatever, or girl, you know, women can be homophobes too, but it's not like I was trying to spit game or even remotely like say anything LGBT related, bro. It was just a background image. And immediately hit the unfollow button, bro, you know? It's like, how, what's the word I'm thinking? How can I structure this without sounding like a complete a-hole? Like, how bitch made are you? You know what I mean? It's low-key that kind of question. Because what does it fucking matter, bro? I never brought up anything LGBT related or anything like that. Bro saw an image and brought it up himself. Brought it up themself and was like, nah, get me out of here, bro. Gay equals evil. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? I found it so comical because it's like, this is some like cartoon villain level shit, you know what I mean? Like, I guess not even, because there are, these motherfuckers exist in real life, you know? Like, live an example right then and there. Whoever this person was, live an example of like, literally nothing even needs to be mentioned, but the hint, the moment that there is anything gay adjacent, bro, it is, I'm out of here. You're like, you know, I cannot support this. It's like, bro, who fucking cares? You know what I mean? It's the wokeness in video games needs to end, you know? This shit is so funny to me. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Rapture, I guess. Maybe whoever this person was raptured today. Maybe they were the only pure soul and they were just trying to save me. Dare I say the words. Imagine someone was raptured today. Just straight up, like one person only saved from existence. Everyone else is just like, you are not deemed fit for never had the makings of a heaven athlete, dare I say, you know? Sopranos, anyone? I never seen the show. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I have never seen, I think, anything Sopranos related. Besides the, for some reason, insane amount of clips I get on my own personal like YouTube feed, and if someone has ever made like a Sopranos adjacent meme, bro, I'm gonna be so real with you. Otherwise, I have never seen any bit of the Sopranos, yet I still feel as if I am in the know on what's going on. It's another Breaking Bad, you know? Except I don't have HBO Max, so I can't watch the Sopranos. But it's another Breaking Bad situation, man, where I am familiar with many of Breaking Bad's story and plot points and large happening events because of the fact that people just straight rip and upload so many clips, and I just get them served to me on a platter on YouTube Shorts, you know what I mean? Shit's crazy, bro. Maybe I should give it a watch someday. Probably not today or anytime soon. I'll be real with y'all. Recently, I've just been rewatching Regular Show because I fucking love Regular Show, bro. All right, if y'all are unfamiliar with it, it is only, I think, Cartoon Network's greatest show. And I mean that with a smile on my face. I don't care. You can fight me about it. I don't give a fuck because I'm not wrong. Regular Show is Cartoon Network's best show, bro. People will be like, oh man, I love Adventure Time. Adventure Time is so peak. Or, oh, I love watching Over the Garden Wall every year. It's such a cozy and comfortable show. Or, you know, whatnot, bro. Steven Universe changed my life. You know, Steven Universe is their greatest thing ever. Shut up, bro. Everyone, shut up. You're missing out on Regular Show. It is their magnum opus, bro. It's the Citizen Kane of Cartoon Network. I do not give a fuck what anyone says. I thought my head could grab him. Regular Show is the greatest show to ever air on that channel. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You could be like, but Tone, no, you know, argue with the wall, bro. Because it's just the truth. You telling me you got a show about some 20-something-year-olds just kind of living a low-key kind of bum-coated life, but it don't matter because they chill as hell and they go on some crazy adventures with I feel like timeless jokes, bro. You know what I mean? Regular Show is just timelessly funny. I feel like because it was made with that in mind, low key. I think JG Quintel was cooking that shit up and he knew what he was making. I'm a firm believer of that. JG Quintel was in the studio cooking that shit up and he knew the effect it was gonna have on society and the youth going forward. And he was like, this will be for the better. That's why, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know, people might be thinking, oh, the generation is so brain rotted and this and that. Nah, bro. They just ain't seen Regular Show. And that's the damn truth. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, you know, dare I say. Regular show is Cartoon Network's magnum opus. It's got the best moment. It's got the most rewatchability, bro. I'm gonna be so real with you. You bored as hell at home or something? You just want to be like, man, I just want to throw something on just to watch? A little quick bite? Throw on a little 12, 13 minute regular show episode. They even got a movie that's goated as hell. You get to watch the characters develop as, you know, the story, as the seasons go on and whatnot. And it has a beautiful ending. It's got one of the most beautiful endings in Cartoon Network history, bro. I do not give a fuck what anyone says. Alright. Slight spoilers. Not even slight. Low-key kind of crazy spoilers for regular show. But if you're a real one, you already know. If you're a real one, you're not clicking off because you already know. But one of the main characters, Pops, sacrifices himself in order to kind of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like, regular show gets kind of crazy near the end near the end of the season, end of the series, where it's like the universe is like on some JoJo, the universe about to reset shit. And so what Pops does is, instead of trying to fight to the death with like his evil self, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice myself and him, and we just gonna keep the universe going. The universe will not reset. And he does that shit, bro, and it's beautiful. When Pop sacrifices himself for everyone, and they playing that David Bowie song in the final like scene of the show, with the montage of all the characters growing up and just kind of existing, living life, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, that shit makes me tear up every time. It might be the most peak show on Hulu, on Max, on Cartoon Network, whatever, bro. It's just pure peak. It's pure bangers. You don't believe me? Watch the Mordecai and the Rigby's episode, bro. Cinema! And it's their first season. It's the first season, and it's cinema. You know? Watch the movie for a truly crazy storyline, you know? Another goated episode is the 180 drum solo. I think it's got a certain name, but I kind of forget the name. But that episode, cinema, bro. Watching Benson do all that shit, goated. The freaking, and oh my god, don't even get me started on the music, man. I don't know what demons, what souls JG Quintel had to feed to the executives in order to kind of pull this off, man. But the music that exists in regular show is peak. I'm talking, we're out here having Beach Boys, Mississippi Queen. Oh my god. Everybody's working for the weekend, you know? We got bangers after banging through the fire and the flames. Just playing at different moments throughout the show's history. It's, I don't care what anyone says, it's cinema, bro. It's peak. Little bro, you can't be getting sniped like that, man. You gotta like anticipate it and dodge. But I'm being so for real when I say this, bro. I've been rewatching it. I think, I'm not even joking, I think I have rewatched regular show at least once a year for like the past, maybe not once a year, but like once every year and a half for the past couple years. Since it has existed on Hulu and Max, because sometimes I was watching it on Max, sometimes I was watching it on Hulu. It kind of just depended on where I was at the time. But I've been watching it, you know, kind of semi-annually for a minute, bro. It is such a goated show. It means a lot to me, you know? The way that show, the way that like Steven Universe and Adventure Time our people's comfort shows, bro, the real big dog in town is Regular Show. You know, that's all I gotta say. It might be Cartoon Network's most finely aged show of all time. And as a little bonus on top for the fans, dare I say, for some reason, Roger Craig Smith voices like every third character in that show, man. I don't know why, but it's just facts. Roger Craig Smith voices like almost everyone on that fucking show, bro. It's kind of crazy to me because it's like once you hear it, you never unhear him. You know what I mean? And it's so funny to me. You know, people out here being like, Roger Craig Smith, you mean Sonic? No, bro. I mean Chris Redfield. I mean Kyle Crane. And also Sonic. But he was Chris Redfield before he was Sonic, so, you know. Eat one. One what? A nice and delicious Subway sandwich. $5 footlong. That's the craziest meal deal known to man. Why can't we get that again? You know what I mean? Low key, I'm gonna be real with y'all, alright? I've never really been on Subway like that. The most I've ever been on Subway like that, like I've ever been a Subway shooter. Okay, that sounds bad. The kind of like die-hard customer Subway wishes they had. The only time in my life I think I've ever been kind of down like that was, I remember we were on a field trip in high school, and a friend of mine on this field trip, there was a Subway nearby, and me and my friend went to go get some food at the Subway. And while we were there, my friend was like, yo, have you ever tried, he was, just small talk, like, what do you get when you go to Subway? And I was like, oh, I just get like a turkey ham and Swiss, or turkey ham and cheddar. And he was like, oh, pretty good, pretty good. And then, watch this. I learned this from like a Vic Fist video. I thought that would work. What? Oh God, I fucked up. No, you're telling me it don't work, man? I was right there. Maybe, hold on. Maybe I'm fucking it up. Maybe let's try here and here. Nah, man, what? It don't work? Cringe. Maybe I'm fucking it up. I don't know. Look, regardless, me and my friend, we were just kind of shooting the shit, small talk, and he was telling me, he's like, oh, dude, have you ever had Subway's meatball sub? And I'm like, nah, never really had it before, if anything, because like the only time I'd ever get anything remotely hot at any sandwich place is like if there was a Togo's, I would get their pastrami, because I fuck with pastrami heavy, man. But I never really got like a meatball marinara or a meatball sub kind of deal, you know what I mean? And so my friend was like, yo, I'ma get it, I'll let you have a bite, I'll let you try it. And so he ordered it, he got that shit, and he let me try a bite. And you know what, man? I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. It was low key like one of the greatest Subway sandwiches I think I've ever had in my life. I don't know if maybe like the head chef was in there whipping it like crazy style that morning or something or what, but man, that fucking meatball marinara, meatball sub, whatever, it was delicious, bro. That shit was delicious. I was so like just kind of aghast, bro. Probably the improper usage of the word there, but regardless, I was just so taken aback, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, how have I never had this before? You know what I mean? So I decided, F it. Next time I ever went to Subway, I'm about to get myself a freaking meatball sub. And I did. I went to Subway like sometime later, got myself a meatball sub, and it was damn good, bro. I'm gonna be so real with you. I think for like a 2 to 3 month period of time, I was craving the hell out of a meatball sub from Subway. That was one of the only times in my life I can remember ever being ride or die for Subway, crazy style. You know what I mean? But nowadays, I couldn't really give a fuck. I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's cool, you know, but I knew my voice cracked, my bad, horribly. I knew Subway was washed when they were advertising their 6 for $6. You know what I mean? They're $6 for 6-inch sandwich. And a part of me was just kind of thinking like, this used to be a $5 foot long, bro. You know, you used to get a foot of sandwich for $5. Now $6 for half the size. What's that shit like? We used to be a country, a proper country. That's low-key how it had me feeling. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever felt so distraught at the price of a food item before, until I saw that it was 6 for $6, bro. $6 for 6 inches, you know? And that's when I was like, you know what, man? I think Subway is low-key washed. And it didn't help that around that time, I started getting some Northern Lion videos in my feed, all right? And Northern Lion was out here being the #1 op for Subway, bro. He was talking crazy, man. He was like, man, Subway washed, bro. You know? He was talking about how they've gotten more expensive, but their food quality is like gotten worse. And you know, it doesn't taste amazing. It's expensive, and it's not even like really healthy. Like, it's mad high calorie for low key no good reason. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. I was like, NL, you're on the spot, bro. You're 100% right. You're spitting facts. Subway is washed. And so at that point in time, man, I'll be real with you, bro. That's when I knew that Subway, what I used to be, not even, I wouldn't even say die hard, but I'm gonna be real with you. What I used to kind of just be like, man, y'all gotta try this, meatball marinara. The thought don't even cross my mind, bro. If I'm thinking of food places to eat, you know what comes to mind? I'm like, Taco Bell sounds good. Burger King sounds solid. Jack in the Box even sounds, you know, pretty not bad. What never crosses my mind? Let's get some Subway, you know? Bro, you know what I haven't had in a minute? Dude, let's go and get a meatball sub from Subway, bro. I'll think of Togo's before I think of Subway, you know what I mean? And that's the only reason I say that is because I'm a fan of Togo's, because me and my family used to grow up eating it. But I think there are individuals out there who are like Subway ride or dies who try to give Togo's a bad name, dare I say, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say, all right? I know Subway got some paid shooters out there, and I don't ride with that. I don't ride with that, bro. Get me out of here, man. I'm not doing this shit. So yeah, you know, that's my Subway story, bro, I guess you could say. I forgot how we even got on the topic of Subway as being like a washed food place, but I agree. I agree with myself, you know? Y'all ever do that before? That's me right now. I'm agreeing with myself. I'm like, Tony, you're making good points. Speaking, you know, what's it called? Speaking to me like the Green Goblin mask, bro. The urge to hate on, what's it called? The absolute urge to hate on Subway just speaking to me right now like the Green Goblin mask. And I gotta say, I agree with him. I agree with Tony in this scenario. Dare I utter those words. You know what sucks? I do have 9 volts, so it's gonna make. What am I doing? Hello? Did I accidentally walk forward? Oh my god. This stupid item, it like tripped me up, bro. The fact that my head is rotating tripped me the hell up, and that's on me. That's on me. Can you spawn black hearts and like not stupid ass spiders, please, Dark Bum? I see why they call you Dark Bum, you know? Bum! Because that's what you are ever since they nerfed you, I guess. Ever since they gave you voice lines, you know? Ever since they gave you a VA. It's so funny to call random noises and like utterances a VA. Those animals are thugs. Oh, it's Kyle Crane. That was Kyle Crane speaking to me. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm gonna be so real with you. I genuinely could not figure out why I even brought up Subway as like, what's it called? Is the early onset dementia kicking in, man? I was about to propose the most wicked question I think I've ever asked. Guys, what's your most fearful way of dying, you know? Like what chronic critical like life-ending disease out here got y'all fearing death the most, you know? That sort of speak. That's why, that's like I said, my most crazy question yet. Oh, see, they got net spend in Battlefield 6. That's not true. That's not true at all. There was a post, apparently. It was over here talking about like the leaked licensed music to be used in Battlefield 6. I know some of it gotta be true, low key. One of the ones that low key caught me off guard being Ain't Nothing But a G Thing from Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, and I'm just like, what is that doing in Battlefield? You know, dare I would understand. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, what, Battlefield Hardline? You know, there's some random dude. You know what, man? There's probably random dudes out in these war zones listening to fucking like the Living Tombstone. You know what I mean? So maybe I shouldn't judge if they listen to Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. If they are listening to Snoop Dogg, though, they should be listening to, I've only ever listened to one Snoop Dogg album. A guy who's only ever listened to one Snoop Dogg album. They should listen to Doggy Style. Because I think that's his best album. AKA the only one I've heard. They do got some bangers on it, though, you know? What is it, Who Can This Be? You know? Snoop Dogg. What's my name? That's what it is. Snoop Doggy. Dog. What else do we got? Gin and Juice, that's a classic. Come on, Gin and Juice, that's a classic, man. Everybody knows that song. Nobody knows that song, Tony. Everybody knows Gin and Juice, bro. Really? Right here, watch this. You ready? Oh, I'm never playing this game again. Yes. Oh, what I do have to go to is I do have to go down here because I actually have a bomb to open up that stupid ass chest. And a key. I have a key to open the chest as well. Anything good? What are we thinking? Another High Priestess. Wow. Wow. Wow, you're so good at this game, Tony. Oh my god, wow, yes, wow. This game pissed me off, man. This game really peels my orange. Oh, what do you mean? I'm sorry. Excuse my rage. You're not telling me that genuinely hit me, right? Whatever, bro. Whatever, man, he says. Wilts a rose emoji. Tears in his eyes, he's ready to cry. Have mercy. Oh my god. You know what? Speaking of ready to cry, it has nothing to do with anything actually. You! There was a wild card. And the Dark Bum ate the heart. Public execution of Dark Bum happening, bro. September 23rd. Be there or be square, man. Dark Bum's live execution, man. What are you telling me right now? That did not just happen. Did that just happen? Did that just... I'm sorry, I don't know who I'm making fun of. I don't even know who I'm making fun of right now. With that. Myself, if anything. It's not nice to make fun of yourself, okay? Remember, people, always treat yourself with kindness, because you deserve it. It's just some of y'all out there. Some of y'all do not deserve any bit of love. Not naming names, though. I'm playing. Unless, nah, I'm just playing. I'm just the guy recording Isaac. Who am I to judge? Who am I to say who deserves love and who not? You know what I mean? Destiny players, definitely not. But that's not. I didn't make that rule. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need keys for the golden chest, so I should start grabbing them right now. No, I'm not grabbing that shit. I'm not even joking. You could see like death certificate or a red heart on the floor as like an option from options question mark, and Dark Bum would snatch that heart up in a heartbeat. Dark Bum works for one person only, himself. I'm a firm believer of this. Should I have let Dark Bum grab that one? I'm gonna be real with you, maybe. Maybe. Dude, Lil Bro keeps getting sniped. What's up with this? When you get bored, see Loki, you have to slime out your son, you know? That's how this game be treating me sometimes. I'm gonna be so real with you. But oh my god, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying, but I just got like, I was like sort of vocal stimming crazy style for a second. Kojima. There was some news because I believe Tokyo Game Show is happening this week. And so Kojima decided to just out of the blue drop some kind of crazy news and whatnot. The news being one, a new trailer for that horror game he's making called OD. And I'm not gonna lie to you, why did I enter this? Am I stupid? We're just talking about saving keys and all of a sudden I just like, oh, let me walk in here because I'm a moron. But one, a new trailer for his horror game called Knock, or his horror game called OD, which is looking pretty kind of crazy cool, but not only crazy cool. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know what I mean. It's like, it's insanity how it looks, man. It looks like real life. I'm not even joking, bro. I'm being so real. I know there's like the jokes like, oh my god, the graphics are just like real life. I'm being 1000%. Shut up. I'm sorry, I had to snatch that from him. I had to snatch that from my dark bum before he ruined me. But genuinely, bro, I'm not even joking. Genuinely, it looked like I was watching a live action trailer for a good chunk of it, because it looks so insanely real. It's kind of got me baffled. And then, not only that, all right, might be thinking, what more could there be, Tony? Not only was there an insanely wicked announcement of, you know, that shadow dropping that random ass trailer for his game, but 2 more announcements straight from the horse's mouth, straight from Kojima. I believe, I don't know if it's a work in progress poster or what, but a poster was shared for his new espionage action game. So his friggin', you know, Metal Gear called Fizzint, and the poster itself is, you know, it looks like a cool poster. Obviously, we need more information before I could start saying like it's the greatest game ever made, you know? Not to be that one Spider-Man guy, but it looks cool. I want to see more, you know? I'm curious to see more. And on top of that, a trailer for some new, I don't know if it's a movie or what, some animated thing, some animated project called Death Stranding Mosquito, work in progress title, according to the trailer. And it was an animated, you know, like I'm talking like some anime. It was an animated scene of Porter who was fighting a mule. It appears to be a mule, or one of the, you know, terrorists that exist in Death Stranding, with like this weird thing on his face. You know, it was like a little goop covering his face. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. All right, I saw that, and a part of me was like, this is this the greatest game? Are we about to see cinema? You know what I mean? Are we about to see some cinema? We got a whole like anime thing he's teasing here. What's this? What's the dealio? Question mark. I was very interested, bro. I'm gonna be so real with you. I was highly interested, highly curious to see more on that Death Stranding Mosquito. But not only that, I am very curious to see more on OD, and definitely more on Fizzint, because a new game just like Metal Gear has me very excited, you know, dare I say the words. And I'm just kind of curious to find out, bro. What? No, I didn't even mean to grab the key, bro. Why didn't I hit the button? Die. Stop doing this. Have mercy. Nothing for me, bro. I swear to you, I can't prove it, you know, on some dokes, but I swear to you, Darkbum is holding out on me. I feel like Darkbum should have been paying out, crazy style, but I feel like he's been holding out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't prove he's been doing it, but I just know he is. You know what I mean? You ever get that little inkling feeling about someone or something, dare I say? That's me with bro right now. Oh, you just rubbing me the wrong way, low-key. But yeah, I saw some, you know, 2 cool things I'm very excited for. Dude, are you dead ass right now? You're making me walk through more rooms for no reason? other than just to fuck with me. I want to see more, bro. I want to see more of what Kojima's cooking up, man. All right, after playing Death Stranding 2, I need it. I need it, bro. And I had this discussion with my uncle, who is, I'm pretty sure I've said this before, huge Kojima fan. Same as me. I'm gonna be real with you. I mainly started playing a lot of Kojima games and Kojima stuff because of him. But I was very interested to see more on Kojima's, like, you know, new stuff. However, both me and him kind of came to the same conclusion after playing Death Stranding 2, and it really feels to me a lot like Death Stranding 2, at least. Definitely. It's got way more like Metal Gear like and references than any of than the previous game, you know? You know what I mean? It kind of feels like a lot of what was happened and shown in Death Stranding 2 was kind of like, hey guys, it's me, the guy who made Metal Gear. And I know that he's so much more than that, you know what I mean? Because he made the first Death Stranding, and I love that game. But overall, it kind of just feels like, at least recently, Kojima's kind of been in the mood of like, guys, I made Death Stranding. I made Metal Gear, you know what I mean? And me, I'm like, yeah, I know you made Metal Gear, bro. But like, can you like expand on and come up with some kind of crazy original ideas for Death Stranding? Stop that. You see, he tried to rob me. He tried to rob me. They call me the Blue Bomber. That's kind of one of the only gripes I really had with Death Stranding 2. Is just it's kind of like, look, man, we know you made Metal Gear. Now, can you show us more of you making Death Stranding? You know what I mean? Pretty cool stuff, though, regardless. Pretty cool. And I'm glad that we actually got to see Fizzant stuff, because now there's this inkling in the back of my mind that's like, finally, a new tactical espionage action game, so Kojima can be like, hey, this is just straight up Metal Gear in that aspect. While with Death Stranding, because I'm gonna be real with you, if there's any other Death Stranding players out there, maybe you felt the same way about this game that I did with 2, but it really, and I mean, it's kind of insanely obvious that a lot of Death Stranding 2 and what happens in Death Stranding 2 seems to me, the way it plays, the way like you upgrade your weapons and whatnot and stuff like that, it's really reminiscent of Phantom Pain, you know what I mean? It kind of feels to me like Kojima was like, this is the Phantom Pain I wish I could have made. You know what I mean? Because there is so much in Death Stranding 2 that is like Metal Gear-esque, bro. It's honestly insane to me. When I first played Death Stranding 2 and I was doing all the stealth and all that, like in my first playthrough and whatnot, the way I was stealthing around, the way I was using, like, you know, tranquilizer sniper rifles because killing people is bad, it really kind of came off like this is just straight up Phantom Pain, bro. You know what I mean? This is very Phantom Pain like. And I'm gonna be real with you, haven't played it now, you know, I can let it rest in my mind. A couple months have passed. That game is very Phantom Pain like. Not to a fault though, not to a fault at all. Phantom Pain is a phenomenal video game, so it really works in its favor, truth be told. Especially compared to the first game, or who knows, maybe when I played the first game, it was a few years back. I was a younger, you know, I was younger then. Maybe I just didn't understand. I didn't get how to play the game. But it feels super fun and amazing to play Death Stranding 2, man. The game is great. My personal contender for Game of the Year, however, I'm assuming everyone else is going to go for Expedition 33, and I'm not even going to mention Silksong as a Game of the Year contender because I don't know. I haven't heard much about Silksong personally outside of my friends playing it, but I'm gonna be honest with you, anytime my friends have played Silksong, it was never anything good. I'm gonna be so real with you. One of my friends who has played Hollow Knight, beaten the game 112%, you know, every achievement in the game, he is a diehard Hollow Knight fan. He loved that game. And then he started playing Silksong, and I'm gonna be so real with you, it did not sound like there was an ounce of enjoyment in any moment he was playing. Yet at the, you know, not even at the very end, but yet anytime I like question him on it, you know, I was like, yo, you having a good time with the game, man? He's like, oh yeah, it's fun, dude, it's great. I don't know, you know what I mean? Because I'm be real with you, could be like, oh, Tony, Dark Souls is the same way. I don't know, bro. I feel like there's still a little bit of leeway when it comes to Dark Souls, you know what I mean? A lot of the times, at least for Dark Souls, the way I feel when I play Dark Souls, it's not like I'm gonna blow my brains out with a shotgun, you know? And that's kind of really what it felt like to them. Anyways, want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time reviewing this. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.